and welcome to Neophyte.tv, the technology show for the not-so-geeky. My name's Tiffany Young.
And I'm Ben Friedman. And today on the show, the first segment today, we're looking at this, which is by a company called Dlink. This is the Dlink 6620 Wi-Fi surveillance camera.
Ooh, surveillance.
Surveillance. And this is designed, let me hold this up. This is designed, and by the way, this works on Ethernet and on Wi-Fi, so it will work wirelessly as well. Very high quality camera designed, it's designed to be a nanny cam or an office cam, or you hook this up on your network at home, and from wherever you are, somewhere else on the internet or somewhere else in your home or what have you, you can put it outside your front door, and you can surveil.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so let me get this straight. That is, can it really go outside? Is it waterproof or no?
I don't think it's waterproof. You can get like a waterproof
casing or something.
Casing for it, yeah.
So you just need Wi-Fi and power. Other than that, you don't have to plug anything else in.
That's right, Wi-Fi and power, or Ethernet and power. It's I found the quality is a little bit better on Ethernet if you can run a cable.
Sure.
But if not, the Wi-Fi, as long as it's pretty close to the router, you're going to get a pretty good picture. Now, what's cool about this one, and allow me to demonstrate here, is that using the software on the computer, you can actually move it.
Oh, neat.
So let me go down here and see if I can get this to work.
R2-D2. Hey, what are you looking at?
Hold on a second. I'm just going to connect to the camera.
He looks like a little guy, doesn't he?
Yeah. Here we go.
You think him and the RoboVac would like have a party if we all left town?
Now, you see this?
Oh.
So you see here, I can go up and down. And here, I'll go down a bit. I'm going to try turning this way here. Look, I'm panning around the studio. Oh, look, I see your hands.
Hello,
I see your hands.
hello.
Hold on, and I can go up here and take a look here. Whoop, down there a bit.
Hello.
Oh, I hit the home button again by accident.
Oh, he's so cute.
Is it cute? And
yes.
It's a little jerky in the movements. You see this moving around here?
Mm-hmm.
Let me, you can also zoom here. I'm going to go down and zoom in. We'll go around. And, oh, wrong way. Arm. I end up having a lot of fun with this. There we go. Pan up.
Well, that's definitely zoomed. Don't look up my nose.
I'm seeing your arm here. And so I don't know if you can see this here, going around. And, but, it'll move.
Sure.
And the picture is actually pretty good. Look, there we go. There's a nice little bit of your face and such. So,
and such.
And such. There it is. Doing
That's
its little
really
robot
cute.
thing.
So,
now,
wow.
What's cool, it also has an auto pan mode. If I hit auto pan, check this out.
And you can control that then, of course, from out of town.
Yeah, you control this from out of town. Do you see it auto panning here? So now it's it's panning past different images here as we go.
So it's not actually taking the images, it's basically just memorizing it to replay it back.
No, it's video. And it'll record on here as well.
Well, I got the part that it's video, but
yeah, this is actually recording. Now, the other thing is you can set up points. You can say, okay, here's my front door, and here's my patio door, and here's the hallway. And you can say, okay, memorize that point, memorize that point, memorize that point, and then you can have it every minute switch from this point to that point to that point. It's called patrol mode.
Oh.
Yeah, so that you can see it's panning back and forth here. See the video? Like here we are panning past you.
Let me just tell you, we've looked into quite a different bits of surveillance for our, our construction company, yard, all that stuff. It's very expensive.
It isn't cheap.
It's very expensive.
And this is not cheap either.
Well, it's probably not cheap, but when I talk expensive, the other systems that I've seen have been in the $3,000–$4,000 range.
Yeah, this is $600. So not dirt cheap. That's for the Wi-Fi model. It's a little cheaper for the non-Wi-Fi.
It's probably because of the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi adds $100 or so there. But it's great quality. It's actually pretty good in low light. It does all, and it's the motorizedness of it all as well.
So I think if it's got some outdoor durability, one of a great place I think to put that is by the pool. If you have kids.
Yeah.
Just have.
Or what I would do, for instance, in my house, there's a big window in my house that looks out to the pool. So I'd probably put this inside,
good idea.
looking out that window.
So smart.
And it would be like a patrol point, right? And that way I can let my kids swim unattended while I'm out of town.
Perfect. And I don't know who's going to come get them out of the pool in case they get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because they just have to depend on each other.
Yep. So for some reason now it's reached the end of its pan, and it's still trying to pan a little further. Can you hear that? So that's oh, look, do you see my nose there in the picture? Hopefully, let's see if go back to the home position. We are, now it's back to its home position. Oh, you like it, don't you?
Yeah, I do like it. It's you know, it's not really very heavy. I was thinking it might be a little bit heavier for
Here, let me unplug it here. Oh, by the way, so you can pick it up and show it to the nice people.
Hello, nice people. Would you like to see the Dlink?
By the way, let me mention one more thing as well. It has two-way audio.
Oh, two-way audio.
Two-way audio. So $600, you get a little bit. Not only can you talk, can you hear what's being said in the room, but you hit a button and you can talk back. So if you did have it outside your front door, if you had like a little overhang so it was protected from the rain.
Hey, you, no trespassing.
Well, somebody rings your doorbell, you go down to them and you say, yes, can I help you? And they say, yeah, hi, it's your neighborhood burglar. Okay, come right in, you know, that kind of stuff.
Cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of nice features.
It does.
For sure. And actually, you know, this is...
It is probably one of the best on the market right now, but it is a little pricey and does need a decent network connection to get good video.
Wow, I really like this.
So $600 to me is a little expensive. I think it should be like $300, to be honest with you. And the Wi-Fi connection did not work as well, nearly as well as the wired, even reasonably close. So I'm going to dock it a couple of points. I give it a 3 out of 5.
You can hook this up, record tape, just like a regular nanny cam, all the rest of it.
Yeah, you know, it has a video output on the back. So if you want to hook it to a VCR or something like that, and not use the internet part, you can certainly do that.
Yeah, I would just think that depending on the use, it's worth every penny for a nanny cam. You know, some of the other uses you have to just figure out if, you know, the money factor was worth it.
Right.
But yeah, great product.
Which you give...
Oh, oh yeah. This is the part where we like rate it, right?
Right.
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I'm just going to dock it a little bit for the price, but I think it has a lot of functionality. Wi-Fi, it sounds like the Wi-Fi needs a little bit of updating or fixing or
maybe
something.
better antennas or something. I'm not sure. But that's 3 out of 5 for me, 4 out of 5 for Tiffany. That's 7 out of 10 for the Dlink 6620 Wi-Fi surveillance camera. Cool. A great solution if you have kids or a business.
Or a burglar.
You want to surveil, or a burglar that, or you know, maybe a neighbor that you're stalking.
Oh,
and you can just focus this right in on the different windows in her house.
Oh, that's a great idea, Ben. You know what? Thank you for sharing that with people who maybe didn't have that idea, and now they do.
Well, it's better than heading over there personally, I would think. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
So that's the end of this segment. We got another segment coming right after this, and if you're still watching, stay tuned.
We'll see you in a few minutes.
We're able to take a look at the figures for next week's presentation.
I don't really know what you just said, but I don't know what you said.
I sent the presentation on the spreadsheet for next week's presentation.
The newest iPods, including the new iPod Classic, which tops out at 160 megabytes, and the new iPod Touch, which is just like the... Hi there, I'm Ben Friedman from Neophyte.tv, and for the best sound for your podcasts or office communications, check out the microphones at revolabs.com. And welcome back to Neophyte.tv. And why is there so much more room, like on your side of this TV?
So much more room?
Yeah, you've got like a lot more space than me.
That's because my shoulders are a little bit smaller.
Like
I'm a littler person than you.
Wedged in here. In this section, we're going to be taking a look at the Apple TV, which everyone thought was going to be called the iTV, like the iPhone and the iPod. But they bucked the trend, and I said bucked. And went with Apple TV. In fact, it's not even the word Apple, it's the logo Apple. So, you know, good luck trying to review that in your Windows-based magazine or something. How do you get you just call it APPLE, TV.
I guess so.
Because, you know, it's
There's
like...
nothing on my keyboard that has that.
Exactly. It's like Prince, you know, when he went to the symbol. I don't know how they reproduced that in, like, the newspapers.
I don't know. Good question.
They just said the artist formerly known as. Anyway, a lot of people wonder what the Apple TV is, and it's a little strange because it does not record TV. Doesn't get hooked up to your cable.
It records the internet, right?
It gets hooked up to the internet, or more precisely, actually, it gets hooked up to your computer, and your computer, through iTunes, records the internet. Oh, do we just have a screensaver turn on there?
Maybe so. Let me give it a shot here. Let me see. Let me wiggle a couple of cords.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
So, and there is a screensaver on here, which may be what was turning on there. I'm not sure.
Could be.
Yeah. Here's how to think of the Apple TV. It's an iPod that is hooked up to your TV and your network at home. It's really just an iPod. So it is just in the same way that you would sync your iPod to iTunes on your computer. You sync this to one of your iTunes. So you have an iTunes, let's say you have iTunes on your computer and you've downloaded some TV shows, you've rented some movies from the iTunes Music Store, you've got a bunch of music that you've ripped. When you plug this into your network, it pops up on your computer as Apple TV, and you then sync it and it copies, just like an iPod would, it copies from your computer to the hard drive inside here.
So maybe the best way, so you don't have to have your computer next to your TV, because that's always been my big thing.
No,
that's what I liked about the iPod.
Network. It's Wi-Fi.
Oh.
So when you sync, there's no cables. It's wireless
Does that
sync.
take a long time, though, because of all the compression?
The first time it does. Yeah, the first time over Wi-Fi, it takes a while.
So how do you put it in iTunes then? And iTunes, oh yeah, iTunes does link to the iTV.
Well, this thing's got a 160 gigabyte hard drive. So really big. I mean, do you have that much music? Probably not.
No.
So you let it sync overnight the first time, and then you're fine. Now, for instance, I've got some TV shows on here. You can download TV shows, or you can record them. I record them with a tuner and put them on here. And you can go in here and play it. For instance, I have here our clip. This is our clip of us of me on Good Morning Arizona the other day. I go on TV and do TV for various different things here. So if I hit this play button here, here's me, or it's about to be me on Good Morning Arizona. One problem with this is if you have a widescreen TV, there's no way to get the square TV into the widescreen format.
So I just have a question. How did you get your regular network TV onto the...
Well, I have a tuner on my Mac from Elgato. We reviewed it, the Elgato iTV, a separate device that was like $140 or something like that. And look, there I am. Yeah.
Looking all serious and stealth.
Yeah, talking about some of our
So this
other video
is network
shoots.
TV, so you can't say a lot of the words you like to use on Neophyte.
That's right. So anyway, so you can go in there like this. Let me go back and I'll play something that may be more pre-recorded. So if I go under movies here, and it's all done with this tiny little remote control. And again, this stuff gets synced automatically. Down here, we'll go to my movies.
So we're basically looking at something that eventually, most likely, will replace cable. Your basic cable service is what I'm thinking.
Well, maybe. Again, this doesn't get any network TV. It only gets stuff that, again, that pictures you saw came from cable, right? I recorded that from cable.
Right.
So let me go down here to podcasts, for instance, and I think I've got some podcasts on here.
But all the, even on TV, the network TV, the news, all of it's becoming very mainstream to have it available on their website.
Right.
For free, of course. Oh,
here's a familiar looking, oh, it's a little bright. Here's a familiar looking podcast. And again, we can go in here. Who are those people? Fast forward.
Oh, great.
Okay, episode from a couple of weeks ago. And again, because this is a widescreen podcast, it does go all the way.
It's like a mirror.
Yeah.
Hello there. Hello.
Yeah. So, I've got podcasts on here. The other thing you can do is sync photos. So it really is like an iPod. Anything you can think you would put on an iPod, here's photos.
So I really need to get with a program because right now I have the cables. I just hook up my iPod to the TV.
Right.
I mean,
you hook your iPod to the TV. This is a perfect device for if you want to not bother with that anymore.
You know what? I just need to make the next step and actually read, somewhat of a manual. This doesn't look like it's that hard.
Yeah, and take a look. It's a very slick interface.
Oh, how cute.
I'm going to go here to
Most
photos,
beautiful
last
girls.
12 months, and here comes a slideshow of some photos. So it works on pretty much any TV. Now, it only works on...
That's funny.
I think I'm in Florida there or something.
Do you even know what's on here?
Well, everything's on it. It's a 160 gig hard drive.
Wow.
So pretty much everything you want is on there.
Yeah,
By the way,
great.
the device we're talking about, this is a Dell monitor. This is the box we're talking about here. It's a fairly small box. If you take a look here, that's all there is to it.
It reminds me of the Mac Mini, only smaller.
It's like a half a Mac Mini, yeah, and all that sort of stuff. So it fits very easily in most systems. Does slideshows, music. Now here's another nice thing that's cool. So it'll only sync to one computer, but if you've got 2 or 3 computers that have music on it, like we do, my wife has a computer, it will share, not sync, and I'll explain the difference in a minute. It'll share music from my wife's computer. Now syncing is when it actually copies all the music to the hard drive in here, like you would with an iPod.
Oh, sharing is just...
Sharing, it just streams it over the net.
Right.
But it works really well.
Great.
In fact, if you want to share, at least in my house, maybe my wife, because it's close to my Wi-Fi network, you almost don't need to sync. You can just share the music. What
is the cost to get this system that you have in your house up and running in, say, my house?
Well, you need to have a Mac.
Okay.
There's not a lot you can do without a Mac. You can do some podcasts on YouTube. You can get YouTube over the net. But you really need to have a Mac, just like an iPod without a Mac.
Okay.
Or Windows, I'm sorry. You need to have iTunes.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a Mac. It could be iTunes. So if you want to have, and you have iTunes on your computer, right?
Oh yes,
so
absolutely.
You have everything you
both
need.
on my Windows and the Mac, right?
Yeah, you could just plug this right in. It would see iTunes. You'd sync it across, and you'd instantly be able to use it.
Really?
It's all you need.
Wow, that sounds so simple.
It is.
And
It's very simple.
What's the cost?
There's two models. The little guy is 40 gigabytes.
Okay.
$229. The big guy, 160 gigabytes, is $329.
Not bad. A DVR, high definition DVR, is, you know.
Yeah, and by the way,
so.
you can rent movies from the iTunes Music Store on here, which is really great. Rent movies, download them, and you can rent them in high def.
Oh.
So if you have this hooked up to a nice plasma, which is better than DVD quality, and if you've got a nice fast network at home, you can play them within a couple minutes. So you hit rent, it has to download, it has to buffer, you know, the first bit. Within a couple of minutes, you can be playing that back.
That's great.
I got to tell you, it's pretty slick. I wish it had a TV tuner. If it had a TV tuner over the air or cable, that would complete me. That'd be the media center. That'd be the media center killer. But you still need a TV tuner, and that's why I'm docking it a point, 4 out of 5.
So why do you think that they don't have a TV tuner yet? Just the technology is not. I mean, they
would it eat into their? They sell TVs on their website, right?
So
they sell
eat their
TV
own profit,
shows.
be like cannibalizing
Like
themselves.
I bought, as you saw the other day, I bought the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Because it's not about the convenience for us; it's about making sure
they're a company.
Make money.
They've got to make money.
They make money. I understand. So, well, I think it's still a little pricey, but it seems very basic. I haven't tried it myself, but it looks like it's very easy to use. I would give it a 4 out of 5 as well.
Would this demo cause you to go and buy or try one, or you know?
You know, I don't think, with a combination of my iPod that I have, you know, it's just convenient. I think this is a matter of something that's probably going to come into my household, but not probably for at least a year or so.
You know, a lot of people say that.
I'm going to wait for the Wi-Fi tuner. The
tuner version, yeah. A lot of people do say that that's what's missing from here. By the way, you can also look at your Flickr. If you have a Flickr account, you can look at your Flickr photos on there as well. If you have a .Mac account, you can look at .Mac photos. So you can do a few things without a computer. But for the real functionality, it has to be synced to an iTunes photo in here. And again, just I don't have speakers hooked up, so I can't show the
you know,
music.
it's back to the whole, you know, being stuck with just iTunes, and you know, just I think that you lose a lot of options.
It is true. You're stuck with iTunes with this. So 4 out of 5 for me. 4 out of 5 for Tiffany. That's 8 out of 10 for the Apple TV.
Great product.
Great little product for if you want to have the iPod hooked up to your TV set. That's kind of what it is. And that's all the time we have for today, but thank you for watching. Go to our website, www.neo-fight.tv. Send us a comment. Do you have one of these? Would the lack of a tuner be a deal breaker for you?
Right, what do you think? Exactly.
What do you think? Let us know, let all our other viewers know too. And we'll see you next week.
Next week.
And if you happen to have an extra 30 seconds, take a look at this.
Hey, I'm Andy Walker. Have you just bought a new computer with Windows Vista on it? Or maybe you've got an old XP computer that you're upgraded. Well, we've just created an amazing new DVD. It'll teach you everything you need to know about the new operating system from Microsoft. It's called Getting Started with Windows Vista. In this DVD, there are 3 sections. 1 is out of the box, what you need to know as soon as you start up Vista. Number 2 is Vista Essentials, things you need to know every day to make your computer experience amazing. Antivirus, security, all kinds of new features that Vista offers. And finally, Geek Tips and Tricks, things you need to know that nobody else will have told you to make you a Vista guru. For more information, check out our website at gettingstartedvideo.com.